Okay guys, Zach here, Underground Strength Gym, even-Esh.com. Make sure that you guys are checking out past videos for answers to your questions. This question's an interesting one. Came in through the YouTube, and the question is, how do I go from lame ass to badass? Now, number one, it's training the mind. Number two, you've got to train the body with training the mind, but the mind drives the body. If you see my videos before, I always showcase a lot of stuff here. No easy day. You know, all the graffiti on the wall. He is best who's trained in the severe school. Navy SEAL quotes, warrior Spartan quotes. And this question comes at a great time because yesterday I did another interview with my buddy Joe DeSena of Spartan, and we were talking about the happiest people are the people that really, they have the least. They don't need fancy stuff. They challenge themselves. They get out of their comfort zone on a regular basis on all levels. Physically, they challenge themselves. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, environment-wise, working, all of these things, they're challenging themselves. We mentioned a couple movies that you guys can watch. So there's a lot of ways to go from lame ass to badass. Number one, exercise every day. Number two, you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. Now, if you don't have 5 friends that you hang out with on the regular, what are the 5 things that, I guess, feed your brain and feed your eyes and ears the most? What podcasts you listen to, the music, the movies, the books that you're reading, the gym that you go to. You know, are a lot of people in the gym you go to text messaging on their phone, chatting, talking about partying, fixing their hair in the mirror? Or are they in an environment, or are you in an environment when everybody's pushing each other, breaking PRs, sweating buckets, and just pushing themselves outside of the norms? So your environment is going to be crucial. And I always tell people, if you don't have the physical environment, then you make the virtual environment work for you. The podcasts and whatnot. I'm going to also say leverage your time. When you're driving in the car, listen to the Strong Life podcast. Listen to Spartan Up podcast. You will get fired up, you will get motivated, and you'll be inspired. Another thing I would say is sign up for something that's going to challenge you. Some sort of a seminar, some sort of a competition, a Spartan race, a powerlifting competition, anything that's going to push you. Some people need those goals. Other people, kind of like myself, I'm always like, man, I'm just training for life. I fear being normal. I fear being weak. I fear, losing even an ounce of mental toughness. So I want you to think, what's the way that's going to make you so scared of showing up unprepared that you go on another level? And another thing is break out of your rut. I don't know how old you are, what your living situation is, but let's say I was a single guy, had no kids. I would do things like drive cross country. I'd stop at multiple gyms. I'd go out and live in an RV and spend 2 weeks at Travis Mash's gym, 2 weeks at the gym, Metroflex gym in Texas, 2 weeks at Super Training Gym. I would just, push myself outside of those boundaries, because if you're single and you don't have kind of these things where you have to stay in a home base, then shit, get out of that rut and travel and push yourself. There was a guy that attended Underground Strength Coach certification in Austin, Texas 4 or 5 years ago. Awesome kid. His name is Logan. I actually posted up on him on the blog, and he wrote about a hero's journey. He had a job, he had all things were lined up good, and he shut it all down. Bought an RV, an old used RV, revamped the inside, and then he went to New Mexico and picked up a job doing construction work. Then he started working for a multi-billionaire. I don't even know what the heck he was doing, but he found jobs and basically lived in that RV and slept under the stars, and it was the hero's journey. So you guys that have these opportunities, go for it. Go for it. And heck, I even say this with my son. I go, dude, when you're 15, 16, we're going to get an RV and we're going to drive cross country. We're going to drive all around the country. So yeah, I'll have the gyms, but I'm going to challenge myself to say, you know what? The gyms are going to have to run without me, or it's going to be a key club for that summer. But it's about finding the ways to make yourself better. And you'll never be perfect. There is no such thing. So don't worry about getting perfect. just get better every day. 1% better every day adds up big time. That's it, my man. From lame ass to badass. Peace. Subscribe here on YouTube, guys. Comment, like, let me know what else you'd like to see. I really appreciate your feedback, guys. And I want to spread the word of the strong life. Much love. Boom. I'm out.